Hi, everyone. Welcome to
this week's episode
of Speaking into the Abyss
with
Jess
and Des.
Score. What's up, guys?
So I guess we could do gratitude starting off if you wanted. Since we didn't really cover that last week.
Yes, that sounds great. I'm very grateful for the sun.
That's me snapping. Yes.
Yes, the sun. This weather has been crazy. It's like a little bit hot, then it's like so cold.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, but thankful for the sun. Keeps me feeling nice and warm and, keeps us from freezing over.
So real.
And makes my plants grow nice and happy.
Mm-hmm.
Grateful for my friends and family.
Yes, that's very nice.
Yes, and my pets.
Yeah, always.
Yes. What are you grateful for this week?
I am grateful for the ability to write. I am grateful for the ability to imagine and also create, and my little dogs as always. But by writing, I guess I mean like
that you're starting your third novel.
Yeah, my biopic. Oh, that's a movie, huh? But I just been. It's so weird to be grateful for it, and I haven't even started yet. But I'm already. But I am wanting to write more.
Okay.
And just having that ability and that will to do so is enough for me to feel grateful about it. So I guess that's what I'm grateful for. And the pets and it is really weird being a human with like human brain and stuff like that. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for like the fact that I wasn't born maybe a different type of little monkey or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was born a human and like that's pretty cool because like I have the ability to think about others and have like, not that other animals don't, that we have tons and tons of that research, but I guess in the sense that like we are not inherently good when we're born, and it's the fact that like we can grow up and still be whoever we want to be at the end of the day that a lot of animals can't do. Animals can't do that. They're just built the way that they're built to survive, to live.
Yeah.
And lucky for us, we don't have to feel that way. So grateful to be born in this life cycle the way that I am, I guess.
Nice.
Yeah. I have a question for you.
Okay.
And it's like, so basically, what if, say you are in a room with somebody.
Okay.
And they say something that's like upsetting to you. And like, I don't know what I mean by upsetting. I guess I could mean like it hurts you personally, or maybe you just know that that's not a good thing to be saying. How do you talk to somebody about that? How would you personally approach something like that? Or do you feel not comfortable to approach something like that because you feel like that's confrontational?
I guess it depends who it is.
So if it's a stranger, would you be less or more likely to say something if it's a stranger?
How upset am I? Am I like mad or am I like sad?
Good question. Maybe you're not necessarily outraged, but you do feel like upset. Like, why would you say that kind of feeling?
Yeah. I don't know if I would necessarily go up to a stranger and say something. I might just know that me and that person could never be anything else than strangers.
Right.
Also because I do believe in your right to believe what you want and say what you want because, go ahead, And as long as they're not like physically doing anything crazy, I guess then like think what you want to think, because maybe they were raised a different way and don't know anything else type deal.
Mm-hmm.
But
And so if it was someone close to you, would you feel more or less inclined to say something?
If it was you and you said something off
Sure,
the
if
wall,
it was me and I said something that upset you, how would you approach it?
I guess, how catastrophic is this?
Okay, so it's really not, I would say that it doesn't directly affect you.
Okay.
Would you say that because it doesn't directly affect you, that you wouldn't really care about it?
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say maybe not. I guess it's just case by case, definitely, but because it's you, I definitely have like a higher tolerance of
like what they say and what they can't say. I was talking to my therapist because in more recent times, people have been saying things around me that I would never think I would hear. And I have been struggling to, because most of the time it's at work. And, that's one of those weird areas where it's like, I can't really get too upset. If I physically get too upset, if I say it too upset, that's my job. It could be my job. Yeah. Even no matter what you said. Yeah. And so it's...
Is it like
weird
generalizations or like things about other people?
So, I guess
if you want to talk about it, if not, you can tell me later.
I also just kind of want our listeners to kind of reflect too and ask themselves the same question: what would it take for you to say something, and how would you approach it in case you ever do need to say something? Because I will say, feeling like stuck in a way, because not knowing what to say or how to say it, because I don't know how much to say or not to say, is weird. It's fucked up and I don't like it. Yeah. And so I was talking to my therapist because I told him that I had not necessarily frozen, but I had this weird wall where I was like, if I go this way, I am going to yell. I'm going to fucking curse. I'm going to tell you you're fucking dumb. Like, I'm going to get really upset. If I go this way, I say nothing and I hope it passes. Yeah. But internally, that option makes me feel fucking sick. And I told my therapist that. I said, well, I know that for the most part, it's like letting things pass or not trying to worry about it too much is sometimes the better option when it comes to offensive things, I guess. So, like, for instance, these things have been relatively anti-Semitic. Given what's going on in the world currently, and has been for so many years and continues to happen, and just even before I was born, before you were born, and our parents were born.
I was going to say really quick, will you let the listeners know what that means, just in case someone hasn't heard that word before?
Anti-Semitic?
Yes.
Typically let me Google the actual term for it, but from what I understand anti-Semitism to be is conversations, feelings, and I guess topics that are against the Jewish people.
Yes.
And I'm not Jewish. You are not Jewish.
No.
I actually don't know if I know anybody personally who is actively Jewish or practicing the faith or even comes from that heritage. Okay. But the anger that I felt hearing what I was hearing, and I really don't want to say what it was. Yeah. It doesn't really matter to me. Yeah. Because little things, even just passive aggressive things, that's just, and then when it's passed off as like a joke, it's not funny to me. And it actually irks me even more because it feels like if you're going to be anti-Semitic, if you're going to be hateful, say it with your chest. Why pretend it's a joke? Yeah. Why do that? Just fucking be who you are so we can all make sure we stay away from the Nazi, you know? Yeah. And so I had this weird thing where I was like, do I say something or do I just hold my tongue? So I held my tongue because I felt like that was the better option.
I would say, what did your therapist say?
He says that I can say something. He says there is a right way and a wrong way to do things, obviously. And that I shouldn't be going off on anybody. I shouldn't be like, fuck you. But I can definitely stand my ground. I can definitely say something. And granted, this person isn't just like a stranger. So it's not like I've never talked to this person in life ever. I just, if I'm going to have to be around a person, I do have every right to explain or to express how uncomfortable something like that would make me. And if they want to continue to express themselves that way or continue to like say anti-Semitic things, because you know what's funny about what you said about like you have the right to say or think whatever you want to think, is when I froze, I said you have every right to think what you want to think. And that is so true. Everybody has the right to think what they want to think, and that doesn't make your thoughts valid. It doesn't make them like good inherently just because they're your thoughts. So everyone has the right to think them, and everyone has the right to their opinion, and that is just like the way of the world. So of course everyone's gonna bump heads at some point. Later on I'll probably explain when we do our other segment on this episode, because we do have plans for this episode. I'll probably explain more why that's just part of my character, is that I can't vibe with that. Like, I can't just not vibe with that. I actually will go against it. Like, I have to say something. You have to know how I feel about how horrible what you're saying is, in my opinion. Like, that's my thought process. You know what I mean? And I don't know. What do you think about that? Because obviously, and I've been told that I am I guess, because I'm not passive aggressive, so it must make me aggressive. And I feel like, and I've been told that, and I have taken offense to it in the past. Not necessarily because like them for saying it to me, but just like, oh, is that how I'm perceived? Because I choose to say something. And honestly, like more recently, I guess, and this goes on and off, where I'm like, I do think it's valid sometimes to be like, that is aggressive. You shouldn't be saying something, or you don't need to say something. But I think for the most part, if I am saying something out against something, I feel valid in doing that. And that doesn't make me an aggressive person. It just makes me not non-confrontational, I guess. You know what I mean? And I don't think that's a bad thing. But what do you think? Do you think that could be a bad thing?
I feel like anytime anyone voices something they deeply care about, it can be construed as aggressive or not, just depending on how reactive the other person is to whatever you're saying. So if this person really believes that, and then this person's telling you something else, that's like where you guys bump heads, and that's where it feels like a bad thing. So I guess it just depends. Like, if I was standing by and I agreed with that other person, I'm like, oh yeah, like Des came up and started saying that like all people with blue hair are freaking terrible people, and like my heart hurts, and like I'd get really mad, whatever. But if you came up and were like, yeah, people with pink hair suck, I'm like, oh yeah, really? Like, you know, like I just feel like based on
their
perception or their beliefs, like maybe it could seem more aggressive and like seem like it's unacceptable,
right? Because then they feel personally attacked, right?
As well,
right? Because I'm saying one thing about this one specific person who shares the same viewpoint as
yes. But I mean, I feel like people who always do voice their opinions or like stand up for something they believe in, or will bring up something that other people wouldn't. People are like, oh yeah, they're aggressive, or they're really, what's the other word? Confrontational type, you know. I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think it's a great thing. Maybe if you're like harassing people, that's probably the negative. That's the negative end. But I mean, so at the salon, my friend that I went to high school with, their pronouns are they, them. And like, it threw me off because like, of course, when when we first met, they were going by regular society pronouns.
Well, what pronouns were there?
She, her.
Okay.
Before. And, you know, later when I went to go see them one time when they did my hair, they're like, oh yeah, I'm a they, them now. I was like, okay, cool. Sick. Then when I start working at the salon, everyone's she, her, and I'm like, what's going on? And I was like, not that you can't have a they, them, she, her pronoun base. So finally later I was like, hey, I'm like, what's going on? I was like, people are calling you she and her everywhere. And they said that they decided that, like, they're not going to fight anymore. The people who love them and care for them know that they're a they, them, and these people are whatever. But so my consistent battle is me, which I noticed has been working, but since I've been there for like about a little bit over a month, every time I refer to them, it's a them or a they. And like, I noticed that like, since I've been saying it, the she's have gone down and the theys are starting to like be replaced. So I've like, I'm glad I'm slowly like
saying like, you've implemented it. Yeah.
I'm like, you know.
And it's really unfortunate that they felt like that was an uphill battle. And it really is more unfortunate that it took somebody who is cis het to like get other people to respect somebody else's thing. Even though it's not fully, I guess it's a good thing
I think
it's starting.
Maybe because, like, I don't know, sometimes if everyone's calling someone by a name, you're just going to go along with it.
That's so sheep, but I guess I understand. A lot of people are very in that crowd, I guess, where it's just easier to do what everyone else is doing, I guess.
Yeah, so I'm just glad I've been able to positively impact
absolutely
everyone around. Just because, you know, I think everyone deserves respect and everyone should be able to be called what they want to be called.
100%.
And it shouldn't matter because it doesn't affect you.
It really doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking nuts. That's why I don't want to stick on this subject too long. I just like have been struggling with this idea because it's just like I felt really bad. Like I told my therapist, I was like, I felt bad for choosing the other option. It's like because it almost feels like they don't learn something.
Yeah.
You know? It's like maybe if I was the one who's
say,
like, bitch, shut the fuck up.
So you gotta tell me who it is later.
Sure.
But do you think, when was this? Like what?
Oh, dude, I don't know.
Like a while ago?
It had to be within the last 2 weeks. I just don't know when. Maybe
do you think you would go to them now after you've cooled down a bit, talk to your therapist?
Thought about it.
And like, would you pull them aside and be like, hey, when you talked about this or when you said this, it really made me feel this way because I don't think whatever. Or would you be like, hey, when you said this, I don't agree with that. Please don't talk about
Just kidding.
Please don't talk about that stuff around me.
Yeah, so that I definitely came up in my therapy appointment. I did tell my therapist that if I did choose to talk to this person about it, or if they had said something around the realms again, that I would have to say something.
Yeah.
And it would be along the lines of, look, if you want to say those things or share that ideology, it's not going to be around me. I don't have space for it. I don't respect it. I think it's very hateful. Whatever. And then set my boundary like we cannot interact in this way anymore. We cannot be around each other, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I've thought about it. But this other thing had happened where I was on Facebook and this person who I know to verbally out loud and talking with people be very respectful to women, talk about how women's rights are very important and you know, all that stuff.
Yes.
And they shared this post on their Facebook, and it is a photoshopped image of AOC, the government lady. You know her?
I don't.
Okay, I'll bring her up for you. Her name is like Cortez. I don't know her last name is Cortez, but AOC, and then I don't know who the other woman was. Her name is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. This is her. I'm sure you've seen her. She's very popular amongst the younger generations.
Oh, I do not know who that is.
I think she's just liberal, but she could be
Oh, you know, I'm not very politically inclined.
She's left. It just says she's left wing. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, it doesn't matter. She's very popular amongst people. She's a political person. Okay. A person in a higher position of power. Yeah. And this other person in the image is an older lady, but it's not. It's two models, pretty much like in their underwear and bras, and they're like touching each other, and their faces are photoshopped on the images. Okay. My head went spinning because I was like, how fucking disrespectful, regardless of where they are at on the government, like who they side with, left, right, fucking centrist, Marxist, who gives a fuck? It's the fact that this person who says they have a lot of respect for women or whatever can take two very powerful women and try to degrade them by putting, and maybe they didn't make the image, but the fact that they found it was so funny and had to be shared. And the caption was something like, now it doesn't matter. Like basically insinuating like, who gives a fuck what they're talking about because they're naked. Okay. And that really bothered me because I was like, that now it feels like everything you've ever said is performative. And you don't actually give that much fucks about women, because if you did, you would carry that same respect for all women, right? If you don't respect all women, then you don't respect women. That's just how it goes. If you can only respect women that agree with you and look hot to you, then you don't respect women. And so I was really upset about that. And I started typing this thing. I was like, I think it's really disrespectful to like take two powerful women and try to bring them down or demean them by making it look like they're in their bra and underwear, especially with somebody who has daughters. I would hope you would want them to see women in positions of power have respect regardless of where they come from or what they do. These women already have it hard enough without more and more people trying to degrade them or make them feel less than the men that are in the same field. And then I didn't send it. I didn't post it. I didn't anything. And I said, you know what? I was like, it's worthless. I said, because if I post this and he responds to me and it's a joke, if it's a fucking or a disregard of what I said, I'm going to feel more upset. I'm not going to want to be his friend. I'm going to block him. I just was thinking about all these things that could happen. So I didn't post it. That's how I feel about this person. Is I feel like if I had go to them and I say, hey, what you said made me uncomfortable and I don't want you to say those things. Yeah. They might meet me with a joke or a reaction. They might feel defensive and they might say something offensive. Yeah. And then what do? How do I cut them off? It's a little bit more complicated than I'm making it sound just because of who the person is. It was a really frustrating thing. I'm working through it now. Just like, I will say something just for everyone listening. I will say something to you if you say something offensive around me. I have worked through it, and that's exactly the fucking road I want to take. Yeah. I will try my best to not be disrespectful, but it also makes me feel a lot fucking worse to not say something than to fucking say something. So yeah. I will burn a bridge. Trust. I will burn it. Anyway, that's where I was at. That's what I was wanting to ask. Okay. But yeah, where are we at in time? Do you want to start the...
we're like at 23 minutes.
Okay. That feels like a good time, right? To start doing the...
Yeah. Do you want to go
segment?
First?
Unless you had something else you wanted to talk about before we go into the segment. Any like new podcasts? Any shows?
No, I haven't been able to listen to podcasts. Like, I don't know. I think... every time I've tried to like listen to a podcast, I like haven't been able to like pay attention to any podcast. So I'm like behind every podcast for at least 2 weeks right now. And like I keep trying to listen to them, but I don't know.
What about your book?
I'm out of hours.
Damn.
So yeah, but no, I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to think. No, not that I can think of.
I'll just plug the regulars then. Please listen to Soul Boom. Your brother's podcast?
Oh, Brother Let's Talk.
Brother Let's Talk. Listen to Take Your Shoes Off.
Yeah.
listen to our episodes if you've missed any, or if you just started listening, you could always go back. There's a couple episodes to listen to now, and it's crazy how many weeks like just pass by. Like it's crazy. We're out there. We're doing it.
We're doing it
every week.
Yeah. I was gonna say my brother on their last episode, they had this cool segment that my brother put together, and he like looked up. I don't know. Did you hear it or no?
I didn't get to catch it.
He where phrases originated from.
Oh, love that. Like what is that called? Not anthropology, but it's called something apology.
I don't know, but like, you know, like the how Saved by the Bell, like I don't think he's talked about this one, but that's just one I know off the top of my head. Saved by the Bell was like came from when you would get buried alive.
Oh, and you had to ring a bell because they buried so many people alive. Yes.
Yeah, so yeah, but it's like a good chunk of like really good ones, and Johnny's trying to guess like what they are.
That's really good.
Yeah, so
that sounds like
cool.
Really fun to listen to.
I know. I was like, I wanted to almost steal it, but I was like, maybe Des already heard and she's gonna know all the answers.
Oh yeah. No, that's really cool though. That sounds really fun to listen to. I'll probably check it out. Everyone should also go listen to that. It sounds really fun. That's really funny. I like that. I was trying to think of one off the top of my head too, but that's like the one that I know for sure too. Is the ringer one, the Saved by the Bell.
Yes. Well, I guess now we can go into our next segment. We're just going to do a little bit of a deeper dive on who we are for you guys.
Not too crazy, but just
more facts
something
about us.
Yeah, just fun little things. So I guess I'll go first.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I'm going to pull it up here. Well, my name is Destiny. Let's start there.
That's what Des is short for?
Yes, Destiny. And not spelled in the, like the word, but doesn't matter. It's spelled. Anyway.
Not spelled regular.
Yeah. I'm an artist. I've sold paintings, I've sold designs, and I've sold stickers. Currently, I'm working on more stickers. That's kind of like more of where I'm going right now.
Yeah.
I do a lot of digital art. I have an art-specific Instagram, which will be in the description. We'll put that in there. When I'm not creating art as an outlet or form of self-expression, I play video games and I hang out with my 3 little dogs. One of which is my family's dog I started taking care of just for temporary. I don't think she'll be with me forever. I love her to death though. And so we all just hang out and roll on the floor and be and like sunbathe. I have a strong sense of justice. I can become very overwhelmed with what happens in the day-to-days of the world if I pay too much attention to it. I take things personally, even when they're literally have nothing to do with me. I have space for empathy still, and I try to see things from everyone's perspective unless it is harmful. Unless your perspective is harmful, it's hard for me to even... I will listen to you say what you want to say, but I can't relate to that at all. I love very deeply and strongly my friends and family. I'm very selective of who I allow in my life, and so I choose the people that I think are going to be there for a long, long time. That's why Jess and I are such close friends, because I love you so much, you know?
Oh.
I'm opinionated and I cry a lot. I cry over everything, good and bad, over cute things. I just cry. I think it's great. I love crying.
I know the vibes.
I love listening to music and podcasts, like whenever I'm doing anything. Movies and TV shows are comforting for me, and I love asking questions. Just to ask questions, even if I might know the answer. I love asking a good question. I like having deep conversations and connecting with people, even if we like just started hanging out or talking. Yeah. I feel like that's the best way to get to know somebody. My favorite color when I was a kid used to be blue. Growing up, I think it's definitely turned into black, but like also just like it's hard. I think the reason why is because it's hard to choose a favorite color nowadays, because I love literally every color. It's so hard. Colors are so nice.
Yeah.
And as an artist, like there's so many colors. It's like how do I really choose one? But like, I love baby colors like baby pink, baby blue, soft yellow.
Yes.
I love stuff like that. I love deep greens and like dark purples. And
Nice.
my lucky number is 3. It'll always be my lucky number. I don't know. I think one day when I was a kid, I got a fortune cookie and it told me my lucky number was 33 and something else. And I said, that's it. My lucky number is 3. Yes. I was like, that's it forever. And it has been. I may not be super superstitious, but the things I am superstitious about, I am deathly afraid of. So
yeah, okay.
That's definitely, I feel like, me in a quick little nutshell, if I just had to. And I asked my partner in just, I guess, anticipation of this, I asked him, what would you tell people? If you were going to tell people about me, what would you say?
Yeah.
I said, there's a staple of my personality and who I am. And he said that I'm hilarious. And I said, how did I forget to put that down?
How could I forget?
I am hilarious. I am very funny. And I'm an attentive person, I feel like. So, that's me. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful. I'm not so well put together in my thoughts.
I'm also a Virgo, and that might be why.
Whoa.
Because I was like, let me write it all down.
No, yeah, I would have. I've been so busy.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to, before I go into my little about me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was trying to figure out like why I'm always so busy. I mean, obviously because I'm making plans. And signing up for extra stuff. Yeah. But like, I don't know. I feel like I just like to do stuff. I like to be involved. I like to be doing things. I'm like, why did I sign up to be safety committee member at work? Like, everyone's like, do you get paid more? I'm like, no. I was like, I just care about the safety of our employees.
Well, there you go. There's your answer.
I'm like,
but why do you always do something is a different question. Why do you always sign up for stuff at work is separate, I feel like. Then, like, why are you always doing stuff outside of work? Like, why do you always constantly have things going on?
I'm like, it's weird because I feel like I don't even feel like I have a lot going on.
Maybe not like per day, or do you mean like in general?
I mean like in general, if you think about it, you know?
I guess in my perspective, I don't agree. Because when I see the things that you do for the week, I'm like, I wouldn't. But that's just me. Because that feels like a lot to me.
Yeah, well, because like, I guess when I look at it, I just see like, okay, go to work. I have to go to work.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's mandatory stuff.
Yeah,
like being at work is regardless.
And then
that's work.
Doing the podcast. We gotta record an episode because we're so great.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, take for instance, and we can cut this. I don't know.
Yeah.
This trying to fucking record these episodes.
Yes.
I was like, well, we typically record on Sundays.
Yes.
We talked about like how we're gonna record 2 episodes.
Yes.
So we thought, let's do Friday and Sunday.
Yes.
But you didn't. But for some reason, you still booked something on top of Friday, which, unfortunately, because I was going through a lot too, was too late for me.
No, yeah.
But
and then I thought about
like,
that, and I was like, oh, maybe I should have did the recording first, and
then did his hair.
Yeah, because you know he's on the later.
His is like and plus it's like a longer process. I feel like to do his hair and hang out.
Well, and then I didn't get out of work on time, and that threw my whole thing off too. Yeah. And then finally when I did get off of work,
is like, okay, so you know you're going to work.
Yes.
Then you know you have a podcast to do. You still try to squeeze something in between. And that's what I'm saying. I'm like, well, why? I wonder why you feel like you can't have a space there. Like, why do you have to fill the space?
Well, just because I had already agreed to do that thing.
On that Friday.
Day. And I knew I was going to the movies on Saturday. So I was like, the movie was long. I was like, oh, so that way we don't have to record super late on Saturday. And here
we are recording super late on a Sunday instead.
We all say
it works out regardless. It worked out this weekend. I'm just saying that sometimes when I look at your schedule or like how you choose to put things into the time slots, I'm like, that's running it way too close for me.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just because like if not, there's no other time to do it, and I guess that's
because you have things in all the slots.
Well, I mean, it's because work's most of my day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, well, that's what I'm saying. I only have to do like so many things, but there's only so many hours out of the day.
I know.
Gotta get them
That's
done.
why I would be like, but the thing is that I don't know. It's obviously not my time management, but I'm just like, it's not like they are necessary. They are wants, which is cool, whatever. But that's what I'm saying. Like when you squeeze them in, like that would stress me the fuck out if it was me. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like it's obviously not me, but that's what I'm saying. Like if that was me who was cutting someone's hair or doing whatever I was doing while I was also having plans to also do something later and I had just got out of work, that feels like that is not enough time in between things for things. Like I need a 30-minute to an hour max in between if I'm going to be doing something to alleviate if anything goes wrong or keeps me behind or anything like that. Because then I would be like, well, I have this hour and a half or an hour to go into the next thing I'm going to do, instead of being like, oh, I got to leave immediately to this next thing because I just ran out of time here and I already planned this and I got to go do that now. Like that sounds fucked up. And it's like, I feel so bad for you, but I guess if you're vibing with it, I can't feel too bad.
Yeah, no, I'm always vibed out.
Okay, well, that is cool.
I just wish we had more hours in a day. I could do so much more.
I wish we worked less hours in the day. I wish we didn't have to work at all. But if we have to work, then I wish we worked less hours. So we had more time to do stuff.
Valid. But yeah, I guess I'll go into
tell us about
a little bit
you.
more about Jess, which is actually short for Jessica. Yeah, I'm 29. My favorite color is blue, any shade and all shades of blue. I love animals, pets. I have 2 dogs and a cat, if you guys didn't know that. I also love aquariums. I don't have any little fish tanks right now, but I used to have snails, fish, shrimp. So cool. Blue shrimp, blue fish, black fish, blue snails. But yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know. I feel like I don't think I have a lucky number, but I like 11, but also because I was born on the 11th, you know what I mean?
11.
And then in school, I was always like 18, number 18, so I kind of like 18.
Nice.
Besides that, I love video games. I love doing hair. In my free time, I like to sleep and watch movies and hang out with my friends.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Oh, really quickly, when I went to see Taro on Thursday with my friend and our other friend, me and my other friend hang out all the time. You know, we go to the movies a lot, we go to dinner a lot. And this is the first time we had someone extra with us at the movie. And they were like, he's like, what is this? And I'm like, what? And he's like, why do you guys mosey everywhere? And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, yeah, you guys don't walk, you guys mosey everywhere.
Mosey.
And I was like, interesting.
What a funny word.
And I was like, what? And then when we were leaving the movie, he's like,
you're like kind of,
yeah. And he's like, see, he's like, this is a mosey. And I'm like, huh.
Like you're not really walking speed, but you're not like too
I don't know. We're
slow.
just like, I don't know. And I said, I don't know. And it was like, maybe because me and this person are so in love that we're just like floating on love. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I was like, I never even thought I was walking a type of way. And he said that we were both just moseying. And I'm like, I don't know
what that means now. That's so funny.
But yeah, sorry, just came into my head. But my favorite animal is an owl and an elephant. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 tattoos. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, that's
6 piercings. I was just counting.
Yeah.
I want to get more tattoos and more piercings.
Yeah.
I also love podcasts and music. I like music festivals. I love swimming. I love swimming so much. I wish I could go to the lake more.
I wish it was fucking summer more often.
Dude, well, I wish I like, I don't know. I was like, I feel like the last time I went swimming was for one of my friends' camping trip. It was their birthday. It was like the first time I'd gone swimming in like 4 years. And that was like 2 years ago now. And before that, I used to be at the lake all the time. I would like go to work and then after work drive. Like, I like to go to this one little lake off of the Eagle Lakes exit in Soda Springs, and it's like an hour and 20-ish minutes of a drive. And I used to get off of work and get in my car and drive over there, go for a quick swim, and then drive back like a few times a week.
That's nice.
And I was like, I can't do that anymore. I'm like, because of my schedule.
Yep.
And I know I saw this really cute bathing suit at the store and I really wanted to get it. And I was like, it's kind of expensive. And I said, and I don't even know if I'm going to go swimming. So I didn't get it.
Wow.
But yeah, I love going to the
we
lake.
go to the pool sometimes. We've been to the pool.
Yeah. I know. We haven't
I know
gone
it's not
in
the
a
lake,
while.
but at least we went last summer at least, right? Yeah, we went last summer.
Yeah.
Well, I was going a lot, but that's because I live right there. But anyway, this place I'm living at too also has a pool. So
okay, nice, very cool.
Yeah, I do prefer obviously fresh or like lake water versus chlorine water, but that's cool. Anything else to tell us, Jess?
No, I love singing. Ooh,
we have an a cappella group.
Check us out.
Link, just kidding.
Just kidding.
So funny.
I don't know. I don't think so. I'm trying to think.
You reminded me of things I need to say too. I was like, well, why didn't I say that? I was like, that's so funny.
Yeah. I was trying to think of stuff that you didn't say.
I don't think I even know how many tattoos I have.
Do you want me to help you count them right now?
I can just look while you're doing what we were going to say.
Oh, I was going to say we could just like ask each other questions right now. Okay, like stuff we don't know about each other or can't remember right now. Or just a general question. Okay.
Yeah, we can do that. But hold on. I have 10 tattoos.
Okay.
I'm getting my back tattooed soon, so I'll have 11. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4 active piercings. And my ears are pierced. I just don't wear things in them. But so 4 other than those. And I think that's it. I forgot what else you said that I wanted to say, but doesn't matter now. What were you going to ask me?
I was going to say, what are you scared of?
Ooh, like fucking terrified or just like in general?
I guess in general and fucking terrified.
Okay. Well, I am fucking terrified of getting the back. This sounds so nuts. Getting my Achilles sliced.
Yes, because of House of Wax.
Well, but actually because of Pet Cemetery. Happened to Pet Cemetery, and I used to have this reoccurring nightmare, Jess, where I was like in a warehouse type thing, and it's real dark and dim, and it's like a movie where the camera's low sometimes, and it'd be up high, and I'm like walking through, there's like these tables on both sides of me, and then it like cuts down, and Chucky's like under the table. Yeah, Chucky the doll is under the table, and he has these fucking like hedges, and he cuts the back of my tendon.
Does that happen in one of the movies?
I don't know. And I fall on the floor, and then he's like, and then it switches to a different scene where they're coming after us again. I don't know, it's fucking terrifying, but ever since that reoccurring dream
again?
Yeah, so in the reoccurring dream,
a loop.
Well,
is it a loop or no? Or it's just a reoccurring dream?
No, it's a reoccurring dream that I've had like over a series of years, not one after the other, but just like once every couple years or something. And like so he'll cut my thing, I'll fall to the ground, he's like above me, and then it's like I'm in the backyard of a house. The camera that's what I'm looking at, is like camera angle, and it goes into the houses and it goes into each bedroom, and there's me and my sibling, my parents' room, and under the bed of each of the beds is Chucky's family. So his kids under my siblings, his wife's under mine, and he's under my parents. And so I can see all that in my dream or whatever. And then like I think from the bed, because what I used to do as a kid is when I was scared to turn off the light is hop from the bed all the way to the light. Yeah. So I get on the bed in the dream and I hop off and I run outside, and when I look back, his whole family's chasing me, and that's my reoccurring reoccurring nightmares that they face off with me in the yard and then it's over. Like that's how
That's crazy. I also have a reoccurring Chucky nightmare.
Really? What's yours?
Yeah. So mine is like I haven't had it in like a few years now. Probably like 2 or 3 years ago was the last time I had it. But it's weird. It always starts off where like we're running out of the house to get away from him. And then I'm like backing a car up. And I was having this dream when I was younger and we like couldn't drive obviously. But we back the car up and like we hit him and we're like, oh yay, and like we get out, but then he's like still alive. And like he like chases us through and like every time I open the door it's like a different like place. And like you know, the last time I dreamt it, I finally like was able to kill him and I haven't had a dream since then.
Nice.
So I don't know if like maybe I won't have them anymore. But yeah, I used to have it all the time and he would chase me and like he'd end up like catching me and I'd fall and then I'd wake up.
Yeah.
And it was just a recurring one that I've had since I was like a little kid. And another nightmare that I have, I don't think I've had it in a while, but it goes back to this apartment I used to live in Monroe. And we were in these apartments and like it's like one of those where it's 2 here, 2 there. You walk out and then if you walk out, there's this big bush right here and the sidewalks right here. So in my dream, I'll show you a picture. I'll try to find it. Maybe we'll post it.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
But it's me in like one of my favorite outfits I have when I was little. And it's like this like long, like kind of like Cruella de Vil white pea coat with like a little hat. Nice. And I have a little purse. And I think I'm about 5 in my nightmare. And I'm just swinging, walking in my little outfit. And then I like somehow accidentally swing my purse up to the top of the bush. And it's like those big bushes. Mm-hmm. And I start climbing the bush to get my bag. Mm-hmm. And like this bush just seems to get huge.
Oh no, never ending.
And I'm climbing and then I make it to the top and there's these humongous spiders on both ends of the bush. And my purse is like in the middle of their web. Uh-huh. And like, so I keep crawling for the purse and then I get it and then they like suck me into the bush.
That's fucked up.
And then, yeah, I wake up, but that's a dream of a nightmare I've always had.
Have you ever had a dream where you die and you don't wake up?
No, that sounds scary.
I have.
I don't think I've ever had a dream where I die.
Oh, that's good. I don't know. Well, now I'm trying to think because, like, I don't know if I've ever acted. Well, what do you mean? Like, you've never even like you fall and then you wake up? Like, that's never happened to you either? Okay.
Not that I remember.
Well, so I don't know what the science is. 2 things that just popped into my head about dreams. One is that when I was a kid, I remember we had this glass table, like a coffee table, and I was like at home after school and I was sitting on the couch because not to get too personal, but my dad specifically was very much like, if you're sleeping, you're wasting time or something. So I couldn't go to bed. Like, I had to like stay up or something. Anyway, so I was sitting there and I'm like sitting and I remember falling asleep and like, but like not trying to be asleep. And you know when you jump out of your dreams sometimes, like you know it doesn't have to be anything scary, but you just like you're up. Well, that's what happened. I kicked the shit out of the coffee table and it like ding, ding, all the glass. And it's just so crazy. Thank God it didn't break. Yeah, but I've had a lot of those moments where you just jump and like sometimes my partner like is laying with me or whatever, and he like because sometimes I wake up in panic.
Yeah,
but I don't know why. It's not like I'm dreaming of anything actively. I wake up, jump up, and like I'm like my heart's racing. I feel sweaty. I'm gonna cry. I'm like, oh my God, what's happening to me? It feels terrifying. Yeah. But the second thing I was gonna say was that when I had a dream where I died, is that I had this dream, and it happened to me a couple times where I had the dream, and it's the same ending every time. Okay. Same thing with the camera angle kind of thing, but it's me. It's my POV, and I'm like with my friend. I don't want to say her name, but she was my friend when I was a kid, and like we're at like some school event where they drove us to a hotel and we're supposed to stay there for the night and then like go do the event the next day. And I go up and I have my like suitcase or something. Excuse me.
You're fine.
And I tell her I could take her suitcase if she wants me to. She's like, are you sure? And like the elevator is really small. And I'm like, sure, whatever. And like we end up getting up there to the floor or whatever. And then I'm like, oh, I forgot my fucking other bag downstairs. So she's like, oh, okay, I'll just stay here because the elevator's so small. And I get in the elevator, and the elevator breaks and fucking falls whatever amount of stories. And we're like all the way on the top floor in my dream or whatever. It falls all the way. And then it's like crashes. I feel like it like collapse on me, and like the camera goes like out, kind of whatever my dream camera is comes out, and I just see my dead body like in the elevator, under the elevator, like if it was like half smashed or whatever, out or whatever. It's my body, and it like comes out, and like people around me like on the first floor being like, oh my god, she's dead.
Oh my gosh, what the
and then I'm still asleep. Like I don't wake up after that. Like I'm still asleep. And there's like a couple more things that happen. Like she comes down like the stairs and stuff, and she's asking like what happened, and then I wake up. Like all of this happens before I wake up. Super weird. I don't know why. That's a really weird dream I've had. And because of that dream, I'm afraid to get into elevators alone.
Oh, okay. Valid.
So that is a fear of mine, to answer your other question from earlier. What about you? What about your fears?
Spiders.
Yeah.
Spiders.
All kinds. Like you're like, if it has 8 legs, it's a spider, it's done.
I don't know. It's weird. It's hard. As I've grown, I try to be more brave, but sometimes, they just gotta die.
Damn.
I try to like capture and release, but then like I also just saw this thing that says that like when you capture and release spiders, they die outside anyways, because
at least you weren't the one that killed it though. At least it was Mother Nature. And maybe another bug got something to eat.
Yeah.
Versus like,
I was gonna say, has that thing come across your feed yet where it was like it's like for tiny animals or bugs or whatever,
and it's like you think I'm gross or whatever. It's like a poem.
No.
Oh, that went viral, so I didn't know. That's
no,
what
I haven't seen that. No, okay. It's just like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know me being seen would cause me my life.
Yes, yeah, and then that's like one of the last lines or whatever.
Oh, I don't know. The ones I see is just that.
Oh, interesting. And then, that's from the poem.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so there's a poem, and it's like from the perspective of a little bug, and it's basically saying like, I was just seeking warmth. I was seeking food. I didn't realize that somebody else was here, or like, and it was like, I didn't realize that because I had 8 legs, or because you didn't like my eyes, or because
you think that's my so sad.
And it's like it's so sad. And so people after that poem like went viral, people were like, yeah, you kind of don't want to squish bugs or something, and I feel that because like hearing, and that's the craziest part though. Is like it took a poem for some people to realize that other creatures might have feelings about them squishing them or like destroying them, or the fact that they're just trying to survive. Like that blows my mind.
Yeah.
But it grosses me out, and I feel terrible every time it happens. Snails, like whenever it gets wet out there, dude, there's 1,000 billion snails, and it's like I gotta dance around them. I'm taking my dogs, I can barely see, I gotta dance around snails. Yeah. When I accidentally step on one when I go into the grass, oh my fucking god, I feel so bad, but it's also simultaneously so disgusting because it's like crunchy and gross.
Yeah.
And then they're like,
just, how we had that like meeting at work? Someone, when they're like, oh, do you guys have any questions? Someone said, are you guys going to do something about the frog invasion?
Yeah.
And they're like, the what?
My partner told me that in the past, when I wasn't working with them, that he took your partner home once, and there's a bunch of frogs, and that your partner was so grossed out. Because also, I mean, I guess your partner thinks that frogs are gross, but also because you have to run them over because there's so many that you literally cannot move your car without them getting squished. There's so many. They're so tiny and everything, which is unfortunate. Yeah,
but I don't think I don't think my partner was ever like the type to like play with roly polies, pick up bugs, like. So that's the kind of grosses him out. I'm like, I love roly polies.
I was gonna say I don't think I really played with them. I just think I had I like to look at them. I just like to look at them.
Oh, you wouldn't like to roll them up?
No, I was gonna say because I also had a cousin who had those like that little bug thing. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like a little carrier case, and you get like tweezers and like a little magnifying glass or whatever in the net, and you put them in there, and you're supposed to watch them and stuff.
Yeah, I heard about like some psycho kids that would like burn them with the magnifying.
Oh my god! Yeah. Well, that's like in movies. Like, have you seen the Ant Bully?
Yes.
Yeah, that's like the
yeah,
opening
yeah.
scene. He's like burning
Yeah.
ants. It's so sad. That's what I'm talking about, though. Kids are not born with empathy. We have to teach them. Let's also remind them that small creatures, regardless if they can express their feelings or not, have some type of feeling about being killed.
Yes, yeah.
I was listening to Dax Shepard. He had a memory, like a neurologist person on there, and they're talking about memory. And I don't know if you remember, this is a little intimate for the listeners, but I don't know if you remember me telling you one time I was trying to remember something on my porch. I think I was like smoking, which also doesn't help, by the way. I was smoking and I was like trying to talk to my partners about something, and I was like, what was that? And I literally tried so, like, it was one of those things where I was fucking trying so hard to remember. I thought I was going to pop a blood vessel. And I still couldn't remember it. It never came to me. And I remember sobbing uncontrollably because I was like, I'm so fucking done. I was like, my fucking brain can't remember shit. I was like, how is my memory so bad? I'm only 23 years old. What is wrong with me? Oh, I'm 24. That's how bad my memory is. That's how bad my memory is, that I can't remember how old I am. But that's what I'm saying. Is I remember crying and crying and crying. Anyway, listening to this episode of Dax Shepard's Armchair Expert gave me a lot of comfort, actually. Because they were saying that, like, well, I don't know how many people know this, but like when you remember something, you're remembering the memory of the memory. So you every time you remember something, yeah, you're always remembering the memory of you remembering it the last time. So you're not really remembering that thing. And you can implement memories. Like when people think they remember when they were 2 years old or 6 months old. You did not remember when you were 6 months old. I promise you did not. You just were told some things that you can feel because your brain is very strong and it can fit patterns and it can fit those images. Anyway, it gave me a lot of comfort because they talk about how you're not supposed to remember everything. And like the harder you really, really try to remember stuff, the way easier it is to forget. They do a lot of deep diving because Dax has a lot of good questions about like how you can try and use what we know about memory to ace tests and just be better at remembering very specific things. So check it out if you want. I just thought it was a good episode.
Was that the end of your cool memory fact?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah, I was just saying listen to it if you want. It's a really good deep dive on it.
Yeah. Oh, when we were talking about dreams and nightmares earlier before work, so I like woken up and then I like was like, I'm gonna get up and do stuff, and then I went to the couch and then Moon was cuddling with me and then Milo came and I was out and I was like fell asleep for a little bit and then I was dreaming and I can't remember everything, but one of my friends like shows up and they show up to like my work, I guess, and it was like the salon job, but not at the salon, somewhere else. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, oh, hey, what are you doing here? And then she's like, I'm here for my appointment. And I was like, oh, really? And then she's like, yeah, with that person. And it wasn't me. And I was like so upset. And that was the nightmare that like she went to someone else instead of me.
Damn.
But yeah, then I woke up and I was like, what the heck? I was like, what a weird dream. But yeah.
Also real quick to interject, just before I forget.
Yeah.
I did last episode, or no, was it this episode? I said that I wanted to, so confusing. I wanted to explain what anti-Semitism was, or
that was
anti-Semitic.
The beginning of this episode, okay. I think.
So Semitic is relating to or denoting a family of languages that include Hebrew, Arabic, and Aramaic, relating to the people who speak Semitic languages, especially Hebrew or Arabic. So to be anti that is to be anti the type of the people who speak that languages. And then the other thing was mosey. You said that earlier.
Yes.
Mosey is to walk or move in a leisurely manner. Yeah. Okay, mosey on down. Mosey on down.
Yep.
What else? I listened to a thing today. It was like a TikTok I watched all the parts of it or whatever,
Yeah.
where they're interrogating this 17-year-old and his mother. And the mother's so completely oblivious. And isn't that the saddest? When, I wanted to tell you, I know I told you I was listening to this British episode, like this British podcast group, and I forgot what I said they were called. Heartstopper. Red-handed. It's called Red-handed or something. Anyway, they're British, I think, or Australian. I don't know. They give me both. I don't know. The accent is hard for me to tell because they have like kind of different ones, but they sound similar. They said this word, and I did not know what they meant. And I was like,
what word was it?
I don't know. I didn't know what they meant, and it didn't stick in my brain. I just was like, okay, whatever that word.
I thought you were gonna say the word and see if I knew what it was.
No. I just, based off of the conversation that was happening, what was happening, I just assumed it meant like lower class or poverty.
Okay,
but it was definitely a slang word in their home country, probably. Yeah. And I was just thinking, I was like, why didn't they explain that like what that word is for international listeners? And then I was like, well, I guess we technically have international listeners and we don't explain every single thing that we say. But I did think it was good that you were like, do you want to explain what anti-Semitism was for the people who don't know? Because, that's a good thing to explain if you're going to be having the conversation about it anyway. But anyway, that episode that I was listening to with the red-handed or whatever was about, it ended up being a hoax. And I was like, oh shit. Like I was listening. I was like, what happened to this little girl? What happened to the little girl? Oh, yeah. And then it turned out to be a hoax. I was like, what? That's crazy. And that made me think of, do you remember Balloon Boy?
Balloon Boy?
Yes, my partner didn't remember either, and you're both older than me. I mean, he's only 2 years older than me, but you guys are both older than me. And I was like,
real person that was made out of balloons?
I was like, how do you not remember? There's this family, I think it was in Texas. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. And they were sending out this like weather balloon or something. And they were like, had it tied to the ground or whatever, and it let go, like went up in the air, and then they realized their son was gone. And they were like, holy fuck, our son's in the fucking balloon. So then every news station, like across the states, were like watching this boy in this balloon being like, is he going to get down safe? They were going to send people to like go pop the balloon. They were going to try and get him out of the air. They were going to try all this stuff. Like if he lands and he hits the ground, he might not survive type thing is what everyone was thinking. And then like after they got him down and like recovered or whatever it was, they were doing a report with the family, and the little boy said, yeah, like dad just wanted me to stay in the attic or whatever it was. And like he was never in the balloon. He was hiding in the attic the whole time. The family found out. They allegedly say they thought he was in the balloon to begin with. And then after everything, they found him in the house and were like, what the heck? But nobody said anything. I don't know.
What the heck?
But that was a huge hoax. It was a huge hoax that I remember because everybody was so scared for the little boy. And then it turned out he was never in the balloon. So people were really upset that they fucking lied.
Oh, no, I've never heard of that.
That's crazy. And I was just, do you remember any hoax though? Like growing up, do you remember any big hoax?
I don't think I've lived through any.
That's really crazy. I was just like that, damn.
Like I remember. No, I never heard of Balloon Boy.
That's crazy.
I thought you were talking about the movie, like Bubble Boy.
I love Bubble Boy. That movie's so good. That's one of the best movies ever made for sure. I used to watch that movie a lot as a kid. I should rewatch it soon.
You should.
I love their love.
Should. Why are you making those faces?
I don't know. All right, Balloon Boy, Water Boy. Have you seen Water Boy?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Did you tell me they're making a Little Nicky too?
Yes.
Oh, I haven't seen a trailer for it yet.
Me neither.
I need to because
I should look.
I'm excited.
I recently rewatched Selena.
Oh yeah.
So good.
Did you rewatch Selena because everyone's been talking? Well, it's been a little bit now, but people were talking about J-Lo and like her new movie that just came out.
Oh no,
so funny.
No, my friend was just over and we were gonna have a movie night, and I was like, "What should we watch?" And then they asked for my Wi-Fi password, and it's like something regarding the movie, and I was like, "You know where that's from?" And because it's like it doesn't directly correlate to the movie, but it kind of does. So
yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then I was like, I was like,
that's a good choice. It's a good movie.
And
it's
then
a
I was
really
like,
good movie.
I was like, oh, do you want to watch it? Because I had bought it on my Xbox. It's on my Xbox.
Yeah.
It's like the only movie I own on there.
Yeah.
And like, yeah. So then we watched it.
Nice, good choice.
Yes.
When does she gets out soon? No.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that reminds me, actually. AB was doing a you saw that? You saw him going off on a rant?
Yeah.
And then the whole crowd being like, all right, what the heck? Like, hella quiet and shit. And he's like, anyway, we're going to play this.
Or something?
No, I didn't see his apology. Was it vocal or written?
He posted a video.
What'd he say?
I don't remember. I just watched
like,
a few minutes and I skipped.
Like, I'm sorry you guys can't listen to our music. You guys fucking suck. He's all mad about it.
He was just pissed. He's like, come back to my home.
I'm not going to insinuate anything, but I am going to say that I heard a really interesting conspiracy theory about AB being part of her death.
Ooh.
Yeah. And obviously, if he has nothing to do with it, that's really fucked up to be insinuating killed family.
Yeah.
But it is also very known that when a celebrity is literally at their peak and they die, it's not always just as simple as we think it is. And I heard that her father and her brother had a lot of their hand in her money and were in charge of a lot of that stuff, including like her sales and stuff. They were all in charge of that. And I know that they don't really have a relationship with her husband. Mm-hmm. And that is allegedly for reasons regarding those things.
Oh, interesting.
And I was like, and it just like is one of those unfortunate things where it's like it makes too much sense.
Okay.
But not to say anything.
Yeah.
But rest in peace, Selena, anyway. Like, literally taken way too soon.
Yeah.
At the prime of her life.
Literally. I was going to say, speaking of conspiracy theories, what's the craziest conspiracy theory you believe in?
That I believe in?
Yes.
Well, then is it a conspiracy theory if I believe in it? Because I only believe in things I know for real. Dang, I don't know.
The side eye.
You would have to give me examples because I'm not too sure if I really know any.
Okay, how about for one episode? So we decided what we're gonna do when we need to record an episode because we're gonna be taking the weekend off or something. Mm-hmm. We're gonna like plan an episode for you guys, whether that's like
have a theme,
us reading Reddit stories, us maybe going on a topic. But I just had an idea. What if one of them is us coming, like, we'll come with like 2 or 3 conspiracy theories
and talk about it and
then
why
see
it
which
could
one,
be real or
and
something.
see which one we believe the most out of the 4 or 6.
Yeah, which one could be?
Yeah,
that's a really good idea.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah, let me write it down.
Yeah, write that down real quick. I like that. I do like the Reddit ideas. And if you guys have any suggestions too on whatever themes or topics you would like one episode to be about, if we ever have those weeks, like Jess said, where we're going to be busy, so we have to pre-record or anything.
And stuff.
Yeah, those would be great just because obviously they're specific topics, and it'd be even better if it is from you guys because then we know it's something you guys will want to hear. Yeah. We could even like, I don't know, now I'm just spitballing on our episode, but I was going to say, what if we did like a movie specific one, but like our favorite movie, and we really broke down why it's our favorite movie, like broke down the movie? That'd be great. That'd be so awesome. That'd be so cool.
Okay, conspiracy theories, favorite movies, Reddit stories. All right, they're in there.
All right, nice. I went to Rayleigh's and they didn't have chamoy.
Oh.
I know.
Dang. What do you put it on? Or like, what were you buying it for?
My mango.
Nice.
Yeah. I'll still just eat it, but I just thought if it was there, I'd just have a little bit. I probably would have got oranges if I also got it, but I didn't.
Yeah, at work, one of my coworkers on the day shift was eating a apple and a banana, and I was like, oh wow, I'm like, those are 2 of my favorite fruits.
I love apples.
Me too, and bananas. And I know you're not a banana lover.
I know they're good for you, but
he was like, these are like 2 of the most basic fruits. And he's like, my favorite's like mango or kiwi, and I was like,
mango is my favorite.
I was like, I don't like mango, and I said, and I don't think I've even ever tried a kiwi.
I literally told my partner today, I said, do you like kiwi? But my partner doesn't like fruit at all, so that was a dumb question. Yeah. My partner does not like fruit, so
he's like, do you even know me?
He's like, and I was like, my bad, I just wanted an excuse to get kiwis. But like, I could always get kiwis. It just sucks when you're the only person in the house that eats fruit, because then it could go to waste if you don't eat all the fruit.
Yeah, that's like when I get bananas, I have to get halves.
Yeah, exactly, because it's like, I'm only gonna eat it. But kiwis are really good. I think you would, if you like fruit, you would enjoy them. They're just a really good fruit. Some people do eat it with the skin, like the fuzzy stuff, and some people don't. I've eaten it with both. You can tell you're eating the skin when you eat it with the skin, but other than that, like, it's such a good fruit. But you know which one I want to try? I forgot what it's called, but they say it tastes like all like a strawberry, a mango, an apple, a banana, like all in one or something like that. And it's some fruit. I forget what it's called.
I don't know.
Yeah, God, what is it called? I'll look it up right now. But I love fruit, dude. They also had dragon fruit at the store, but they only had 2 little ones. And they covered the corn. I was just complaining about how expensive corn has gotten. I go to Rayleigh's. They finally have corn out. It's covered with this like burlap thing, and it says max 12 per person. How do you know what I'm doing with my corn? Leave me alone. I can have as much corn as I want.
Yeah.
I have to go in there with a disguise to get 24 corns. That's lame. Monstera Deliciosa. Have you seen that?
No.
It looks kind of like a cobby type thing, but when it's ripe, these things basically fall off, and it leaves this white. And when you bite it, they say it tastes like so many fruits, like so sweet and yummy. And I was like, wow, I want to try that so bad. Anyway,
nice. I was like, why'd they name it after the plant?
Probably related.
Oh, nice.
Monstera is probably the genus or whatever, like the boop, and then the planter, whatever the fuck it was. Deliciosa is probably because of all the fruit flavors. Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I was like, crazy. We're almost back to like our first episode recording time. Like actual time. Like it's 2:14.
Oh, wow. What time did we end last time? At 3?
I think so.
That was our first episode?
Yeah.
3 a.m. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Living on the wild side. I've been playing a lot of that Marvel Snap. Can we play even if we're not near each other? We should. Yeah. Because I've been playing it a lot. That's pretty much all I play on my iPad, unless I'm checking on my vault.
Yeah. Nice.
I kind of put the rhythm game to the back. It's still downloaded. I just don't play it as much because the event that I like, I'm waiting for my events, you know what I mean? Specific events. But this Marvel Snap game has me in a chokehold for real.
It's good. I'm
the shit.
I know. No, you probably are. I know. I wish I could play more. Last season, I really dedicated myself to it. I haven't been able to hit, I can't remember what level 100 is. But I've gotten to, I think I got to 80 last season. I'm stuck at 76.
That's it's on the right, but there's I don't know. You have to show me what you're talking about. Because there's so many menus on there, I feel like.
So the top number is your deck level. And then the number on your bottom right side is your season level. The bottom right side. Yeah. That's when you do silver. Yeah. I'm at 76. I'm vibranium right now. Oh, so infinite. That's what I was thinking of. Infinite is 100. But my deck level is 4,621.
Wait, let me see the vibranium or whatever the hell you sorry, whatever you said. What's that menu look like?
Let me turn up the brightness. Just this one down here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm close, but I think the season's almost over. Actually.
And then that's the season pass, right? The top left?
Yeah. Oh, there's literally a day and 9 hours left in the season.
Oh, nice.
I'm like, do I want to grind this out all night?
You might as well just start fresh.
I know.
Unless
the only reason is, I definitely can.
I don't really know how it works.
You just have to beat everything or level up. Because this is your deck level, the green one. This is your, what's that word? Why can't I think of the word?
I don't know.
Your rank. This is your rank. And then this is your season pass level.
For everyone listening, I'm sorry if you don't care about this, and this is fun to us. I'm excited about it.
I don't know. We got a bunch of nerds out there.
If any of you play Marvel Snap,
players.
yeah, like, I'm always down to play Marvel Snap. Hit me up. Hit us up. If Jess has time, she'll also play you in Marvel Snap.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry if you hear some heater going on, but it's hella cold in the house, and it's 64 degrees in the house right now, and my feet are finally cold, so had to kick it on.
There's probably been a lot of noises, baby.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you guys can get over them. They're probably not that too not
that crazy,
loud.
not that detrimental.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're at an hour and 15.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
anything else you want to add or say?
Tell people you love them. You never know when they'll go. Tell your pets you love them and give them the best life you can. I just heard of a family friend's dog having to be put down.
Oh.
I don't know why, maybe just old age, but just in general, you never know. It just could be their time in life. So just give them the best they can, because honestly, they don't know anything else. So love them and love the people next to you. Love thy neighbor, whatever. Non-religiously, just in general, you should have respect for people. They shouldn't have to earn it. And I think you can eliminate, you know what I'm saying, have respect for people on a basis, and if they don't prove that they don't deserve it,
generally respect everyone
and care and have empathy.
If people are in your life more than that, then they should earn a certain level of respect.
Yeah, but you'd always lose respect.
Mutual respect.
Yes. Have empathy. Have gratitude.
Oh, that was another thing. What? I'm an empath.
Oh, she's an empath. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I can sense that because I'm also an empath.
And I love Disney.
Oh yeah, Disney adult. She's a Disney adult.
I don't know. Okay, so
I'm a JoJo adult.
I would say someone told me they don't consider me a Disney adult. I
consider anybody that goes to Disney parks and would want to go to Disney parks on a regular a Disney adult.
Well, just wait. This can be you soon when I take you.
Me?
When I take you.
We'll see. Catch us next time at Disneyland. Just kidding.
We're on the ride.
We put train noises, like the track noises.
You literally just hear and just hear.
It's so funny. But yeah, I think that's all from me. Just be a better person than you were yesterday. Leave the earth better than you came into it.
Or don't be. No pressure.
I think you should, because the pressure's for me. But if Jess doesn't want to put pressure on you, that's okay. I'm like that helicopter parent.
Sometimes it's okay
be better.
Sometimes it's okay to be the same. You don't have to.
Yeah, I don't think every day has to be a growing process, but I think that everyone should work to be a better person, because if not, then you are. And I can't vibe with that. But that's just me. So enjoy your life. Enjoy your life, whatever makes you comfortable. All right, bye. Thanks for speaking to us into the abyss.
Okay. Have a great day at work or night or whatever. We love you. Bye.